What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today in this video we're going to talk about 9 mega cap stocks in this video. But before we get started, please hit that thumbs up button. That is greatly appreciated and that really helps out with YouTube algorithm. And if you want to support the channel and get my daily trade ideas, my swing trade ideas, 3 days of live trading in my Discord, definitely check out the Patreon. I'll leave a link down below in the description. And if you are new to this channel, consider subscribing. And now let's get right into it, guys. So if you are on Twitter, definitely give me a follow on Twitter because I've been posting a lot of things on Twitter, including my plays. Like this one I took last week, IWM. And if you look at it, guys, 195 calls, almost went in the money today. Now I got in just above 190, so that was a fantastic trade on IWM. And today got some calls on Pepsi. I got out for 22%. It was up actually 38%. And then Meta, I did not make any money, but some people were holding for more upside. This thing was choppy in the morning, and people that know me how I trade, usually by 11 I'm done. Stock goes up or down, if I'm not making money on that stock, I'm done. I'm not gonna hold it too long. But then Tesla here, guys, exactly down to 284, and that is where I got those calls. 310 and still holding a runner, exploded at the closing, I think almost at 290. And now let's start with Tesla, guys. We got earnings coming on Tesla, and that is on Wednesday after hour. We're going to see Tesla actually exploding, and I talked about it. And if you guys watched that video I made on Saturday and how I said that Tesla ready to rocket, and this is exactly what we got. It's up $9 on the day. This thing gapped up, came down, closed the gap 283.57. I got in at 284, and this thing exploded. As you can see, 290.38 at the closing, up over 3%. Now also, people are still talking about a crash, and I said it before that, guys. Tesla going all the way up to 300. Not here, not here. I've been calling it from right here, from 200. And now if you look at it, guys, that is a massive run on Tesla. Now also getting a bit overbought, and everything in the market right now getting extremely overbought, especially mega names like Microsoft, Apple, Meta, Tesla, and the big name, the big mover now, Nvda. Now on Tesla, if you look at it, and I talked about it in my last video, that next stop definitely 286, 288, and look at this push today, just closing under 290, 257, under upper Bollinger Band, and looks like early as tomorrow, before they release their earnings on Wednesday, we could see Tesla going all the way up to 300. Now I still have those shares and my calls, 400 strike for 2024, and those are up massively today. Now Tesla on a pullback, now if you look at it, it's going to find some support around 280 right here, and that is where we got rejected before. And below that also got support right here, 278.29, rising blue line 5 SMA, and then down here at 276 we also have support, 13 SMA on this daily chart, 273, and then white line 20 SMA, 268, and then the gap at 264. So a lot of support here on Tesla. It's just not going to roll over and die easily. Tesla early as tomorrow, we could see 300 on Tesla. And after earnings, nobody can predict earnings. Anything is possible. This thing is running already, so I'm not expecting a massive move after earnings, maybe 300 plus, but I think with good earnings, yes, overbought can stay overbought for a long time. So watch out here on Tesla. And if you're in the stock today, especially the call out that I made early in the morning, you made good money. That is a good move from 284 all the way up to 290. On Apple stock, it's up 1.57%, $3 up on the day. And when you got Apple going up, Meta going up, Tesla going up, and Nvda going crazy again, who is going to bring Nasdaq down? There is nobody out there can bring the market down, and especially Nasdaq 100. Now, if you look at it, guys, Apple stock once again a shallow pullback, and now we're ripping higher. And I talked about it before how this could be a support right here that's not going to break, and only if that breaks, then you can go and short Apple. And look at this pump today, all the way up to 194.32, almost taking out this all-time high we just had few days ago, 194.48. And I think we're going to see another new all-time high on Apple stock, and possibly Apple going all the way up to 200. On a pullback, support level to watch on Apple stock. And if you look at my screen, we did gap up today from 191.18, so another gap up on Apple stock, and not even closing this gap, and now going all the way up to almost another new all-time high. So Apple on a pullback, watch out for this gap down here and the support 191.18 and then 190. Also down here we have support just below 190, 189, rising white line 20 SMA. Next stop on Apple stock above 191.18, definitely a new all-time high, and then possibly a fresh new even higher all-time high, and that would be close to 200. On Meta, it's up 0.5%, and once again the stock was selling off. Pre-market it was down over 1%, and then when the market opened it was down slightly under 305, 306, and then this thing finally, after a lot of consolidation, maybe about an hour or two, broke out. And now if you look at it, those calls I took, unfortunately I didn't make any money on those calls. I sold out for a break even on Meta, but look at the pump at the end, went all the way up to 311.41. So that is a massive run on Meta once again, from 304, 305 up to 311, and now it's holding above once again. This is not new. Meta holding above blue line 5 SMA 308. So tomorrow on a pullback, that's gonna be a support level to watch, 308, and below that watch out for this retest down here at 300, this breakout retest on Meta. Now above 308, this thing can run all the way up to 316, and if that breaks, guys, Meta is going to get another breakout. And I think just like every other stocks, especially mega caps like Apple, Nvda, Microsoft, this thing can hit a new all-time high also. On Nvidia stock, it's up 1.17%, and again we saw another gap up on Nvidia, opening at almost 463, and then gave up all the gains, came down, it was red, closing the gap here on bottom, went right back up, and now over 460 once again. So Nvidia going into tomorrow, guys, watch out for the support 448.43. 450 also a level to watch. We're not even nowhere near 450 on Nvidia. So watch out, if this thing does not pull back, this thing can continue this run all the way up to again a new all-time high, or at least retesting 480 again, and possibly going all the way up to 485 and then 500. On a pullback, 450 to 448.43 right here, blue line 5 SMA, a strong support to watch. And only if that gives up, that opens the door to this gap 439.35, and this is also a strong support aligned with this previous all-time high, and then the gap below at 427.58, which is a long way from 460 right now. So watch out here on Nvidia stock. If you're shorting, definitely this thing can again run, and we could see that move all the way up to 480 plus on Nvidia. On Amazon stock, is down 0.83%, and looks like Amazon wants to close this gap before heading higher, which is down here at 131.26. We also have support up here at 132. So on Amazon, watch out for this support 132.42, blue line 5 SMA, and then the gap below at 131.26. We also have support at 129.37, rising white line 20 SMA. To the upside, Amazon can stay above blue line 5 SMA 132.42. Then we're going to see that push to the upside, and in that case, watch out for a move all the way up to 138 on Amazon. On Google stock, it's down 0.5%, and we saw a bit of a pullback on Google stock from 127 once again, getting rejected because this Bollinger Band did not expand all the way up to 130 yet. So it's getting rejected right here from this Bollinger Band and coming down, and now if you look at it, holding above 123. Once again, not even coming all the way down to 123. Now blue line 5 SMA already on the move. It's rising close to 123, and I think by end of the week it's going to move even higher, possibly close to 125. So Google here, guys, this is also a breakout from this bull flag, and now if this thing actually gets down to, I would say, 121 right here to close this gap somehow and retest this breakout, or at least down to 123 in the short term, there is a dip buy on Google stock. As of right now, above 123, Google on a breakout, and this thing can run all the way up to 130. We do have strong support 123. Below that, we have the gap down here 121, and then this gap 118.23, also a strong support aligned with this lower Bollinger Band on this daily chart, sitting just under 118.23. So on Microsoft, slightly up on the day, 0.14%, but if you look at it, we got a pullback just above blue line 5 SMA, 340.66, and then coming down to 342, and that was it. The dip buyers, I mean, look at this candle. Again, buying up that dip and pushing the price all the way up to upper Bollinger Band, sitting close to 347, and then we saw a pullback, and now it's sitting at close to 346 at the closing, just under upper Bollinger Band. So I think we could see another new all-time high. That is possible. It's not too far away, and I think 355 possible on Microsoft. Now on a pullback, you do want to watch this support down here, blue line 5 SMA, 340.66, 339, aligned with this white line 20 SMA, and then the gap below 332.86, and that would be a better entry on Microsoft. I would not suggest go up here and buy calls for this limited upside all the way up to 355. So AMD, I didn't play today, but I made that call out early in the morning live in my Discord that AMD getting down here between 113 and 114. There is a dip buy. If anybody wants it right here, can get in right here and put a stop just under this level right here, 112. We have a rising 50-day moving period right here on AMD, which is sitting at 112. Now, I don't like to trade AMD and Nvidia every day, and that is why I didn't take that trade. But you know, you don't have to take all my trades. You can trade on your own. As long as you got a stop, you can play anything in the market. Nobody has to give you any call outs or anything. We all are here to learn. So, and this is the only way you learn. You go by yourself and you do something in the market. And if you see an opportunity, you grab it, right? And that is why I called it out live in my Discord for my Patreon members, that right here, if you want to get in, entry on AMD right here, and if you did that, you made a ton of money on AMD stock today, because move was really big on AMD from 113, 114, or just under 113, running all the way up to almost 119 and closing over 118. That is looking extremely bullish going into tomorrow, guys. So AMD now finally over 118. Now if you look at it, Bollinger Band actually coming down right here at 120. So this Bollinger Band has to expand to the upside, and then we could see 126 to 130 on AMD. But as of right now, this thing can just consolidate right here above 118 and let this Bollinger Band expand all the way up to 130, and then we could see next leg higher on AMD. Now on a pullback, we do have support 118. Just below that also we got support at 115.36, and then 112.15 right here, rising red line 50 SMA. On Netflix, we got a $40 move for the earnings, and this thing is up already $8, 1.84%. Again, this thing running today, guys, all the way up to a new high today after putting in this higher high, again putting in another higher low right here, and now into a higher high 456.68, and finally closing above 450 today. So Netflix, we could see a move tomorrow. And this thing, like I said, expected move on Netflix for the earnings, $40 plus or minus. So we could see this thing dropping down to like 420, even 400 or 409, or going all the way up to close to 500. So this thing can stay above 450. We're going to see continuation to the upside, and this thing can run all the way up to 500. to the downside as a support below 450. We do have strong support now at 445, and that is where Netflix was holding today, 445.32. And then we also have support down here, 440.96, 13 SMA on this daily chart, 435, rising white line 20 SMA, and then the gap below at 420.88. And that's all I have for you guys in this video. Thank you so much for watching.